and thank you so much for joining us. It is February 2019, and we just started the Chinese New Year and a new moon, and so this is the perfect time to make a change in your life. And I'm excited to host this call for you guys and get to know you and share a bit of myself with you tonight. So if you haven't heard about me, my name is Kim Faber. I went to high school with Nadine's sister, Mel. We've stayed friends, which has been 10 years now. So I'm 29 years old, and I get told all the time that I don't look it. I'm a registered nurse, and I work in different emergency rooms all across Canada. So I spend my time filling short-staffed emergency rooms and working full-time and traveling often. So this is something that I really love fitting into my schedule because I get to see the healthcare all across Canada, and all I want is to make a difference. And that's my goal tonight, is just to say something that might make a difference for you guys, or something you might hear in our stories tonight that might make a difference. So I'm going to just thank you for showing up for Nadine, because if you're here just to support her, it means so much to have the support of our friends and families whenever we're trying to do something to make a difference. I have a little script here, just some notes. Otherwise, I could keep us all extra long. And also, if you've never talked in front of other people, it can be a bit nerve-wracking, so it's nice to have some notes. So just to start off, I want to say that we're a purpose-driven community who inspire and educate through heart-to-heart connections to all who are open to receiving health, vitality, abundance, and freedom, and that's what we kind of stand for. We do this with a product line that I'm going to introduce to you in a minute, and a business that offers choice and flexibility with a holistic wellness community where we help you as a person grow good, do good, and feel good. And then it's our sincere hope that we're able to gift you with information and possibility tonight, and we truly do look forward to your feedback. So then it's my privilege to introduce the product line tonight, which has been the catalyst to better health for me and so many of my friends and family. It is our mission to inspire healthy living around the world, and we do that by helping families get more nutrition into their bodies. And then I'm going to show you that first thing I started with was these capsules. And I'll just open them up so you can see. They're just fruits and veggies. Nothing synthetic about them, which is really nice. There are 30 different fruits and veggies that have been grown until they're completely vine ripened, ready to fall off the vine in the garden. So I don't know about you, but when I eat a strawberry, if I can find that really red juicy one, that one tastes the best compared to the one that is, oh, I could do it for me. Compared to the one that is white on the inside, then you know the one that's really red and juicy is full of nutrition. And just because of location of where we live and the way things have to last on store shelves, things are picked way before they're ripe. And also the way we cook and process our foods, we lose a lot of the enzymes. And I love that the enzymes are preserved in these fruits and vegetable capsules. So these are fruits and vegetables put into a giant grinder with their skin, seeds, and everything else into a slurry, and then it's dried out at a very low temperature. That's how the enzymes stay raw and live, and then they're put into capsules or chewables, and I have both. There's 3 reasons why this makes it so powerful, and one is that vine ripened quality. 2, it's because it's the whole food. So it's so often that we don't eat the whole fruit or vegetable, and as an orange, for example, 80% of the vitamin C in an orange is in the peel, but most of us aren't eating orange peels, especially not every day. And the vitamin C that you find naturally in fruits and vegetables is much more bioavailable in your bloodstream than if you were to buy a synthetic vitamin C tablet. So knowing that you're getting that whole food source of vitamin C, your body's going to use it, which is really neat. And then the synergy of having all 30 of those fruits and vegetables every single day in your body, there's science that shows that there's a synergistic effect between different fruits and vegetables. And in fact, the bioavailability of what your body absorbs is shown through taking these capsules, but then they found that there's even more changes that happen in your gut that once your gut bacteria digest this, they create even more good things in your gut that weren't in the Juice Plus to begin with. So that's really neat. It's been around for over 25 years, and that just makes me feel a lot of comfort, because when something comes out on the market, you don't know the effect that it's going to have in your health, like long term. And I see that with medications as a nurse. You see this immediate effect with a medication, and then it's not until years later that you realize what side effect that could have had in your body. And so the people that have been on this Juice Plus for 25 years are some of the healthiest people I've ever seen. There's over 40 different published clinical research studies behind it showing that the body absorbs it and uses it like real food. So this is actually real food compressed into a capsule for your convenience. It's not like a chemical laboratory made up these like synthetic forms of vitamins and said it was the equivalent of this many fruits and vegetables. It actually is fruits and vegetables, which is really cool. And the published research is incredible. It's done at different institutions like medical places, like Yale and Vanderbilt, and it was clinical trials. And this is how Juice Plus was first introduced to me, was I was asked to look at the research studies, because as a nurse, you take research and stats and learn all the boring things about how to process a research article. I read the research and noticed that there was a placebo group and then another group, and the differences showed that this would actually make a difference in your body on a fundamental level, and that's what really interested me. There's the Healthy Starts for Family program, which makes this product free for kids from 4 years to 18 years, but it's also free for anyone that's in post-secondary school. So you can sponsor somebody that's in university as well. And so with any adult order, you can sponsor a child. And the Juice Plus company did this to make this product as accessible for people as possible, because they knew it would make a difference in the health of people and our communities. There's an NSF certification, which is a third-party certification, which means that this company can come in and test these products without warning or notice. And Juice Plus has never failed this certification. So it means that there's no chemicals, no mold, no heavy metals, no pesticides or herbicides have ever been found in Juice Plus. So it makes it safe for babies, nursing moms, pregnant moms, Olympic athletes, seniors. It truly is safe for people. And if we were able to eat a variety of 30 different fruits and vegetables every day that grew until they were vine ripened, we wouldn't need this product. But unfortunately, what we're getting in the grocery stores and how we're cooking our food decreases the amount of nutrition that's in it. And then our world has become increasingly toxic, and we need more fruits and vegetables than ever to counteract that. And so just having this as a buffer in your body has made amazing changes. The next product I want to talk about, when I was practicing this, I burst into tears, to be honest, because it's made that much of a difference in my life. And it's the vegan omegas. This is a plant-based omega where they skipped the middle fish essentially, and they went straight to the algae. And the nutrients that are in this, it's all plant oils. It helps regenerate brain tissue. And we need the healthy fats in order to help us regenerate brain tissue on a regular basis, and kids need help consistently building a new brain. So it's so important for kids to have a healthy omega, but it makes a huge difference for adults as well. The reason why I said I burst into tears when I was practicing this is because my notes prompted me to share my story with you. And just over a year ago, I was in a car accident where I was rear-ended on the highway. And since I'd had so many concussions in the past, I got severe post-concussion syndrome. This omega just came into Canada a year ago. And so during that time, I hadn't started it yet because it wasn't released in Canada. And my whole world turned upside down. And I had never realized how much a concussion and post-concussion syndrome could affect your mental health. And then I started to realize it just makes sense that brain health equals mental health. And I was struggling with severe panic attacks and suicidal ideation. And I listened to a podcast that said that her son was healing from brain injury and he took 10 omegas a day. And as soon as I started taking the 10 omegas a day, within a week, my panic attacks stopped and I stopped having those constant suicidal thoughts. And I just learned a huge correlation between brain fatigue and your mental health. And so having a healthy fat in your brain could just really make a huge difference. And so maybe it's not as extreme as it was for anyone else, but having that difference for my brain health, I just know how important it is. The next product line we have is a complete protein, and this is a whole food vegan, high protein, high fiber, and I have them all sitting here because I'm honestly on all of the things. There's shakes and there's also bars. And what I love about these is that they're super high in fiber, so they fill you up and they feed your good gut bacteria. You'll hear a lot of things about the microbiome, and I just know that that's really feeding my microbiome in a good way. We use them in our 10-day shred program, which is a program that I'll explain a bit later. But the shakes and the bars give us 14 different plants that aren't in the capsules or the omegas. And just like I said, they're vegan, they're dairy-free, they're gluten-free, so they're great for pre or post workouts. I use them all the time for a work snack and on road trips. And on days when I'm hungry but I just don't feel like cooking, I just grab a bar because it's that easy, and I know it's just all plants. The 10-day shred is a microbiome reset where you change your cravings long-term. So it's 10 days of unlimited snacks, 2 shakes a day, capsules, lots of water, 1 large meal, no processed foods, no alcohol, no caffeine, no gluten, no sugar, or no dairy. And then I always joke, no fun, but you can actually have so much fun while doing the Shred 10. And we need to starve the bad gut bacteria that's been hijacking your body and repopulate your good gut. And one of my favorite things about doing the Shred 10 is that we do it all together in the community. So it's 10 days where we all talk about what we're doing. It's super inspirational to see what changes other people are making, and then hearing the differences that people made at that 10-day mark, like the changes, then that is why I join it all the time, because it makes me super excited. The next thing is a tower garden, and that is a vertical aeroponic growing system that uses water and an earth mineral liquid to grow fruits and veggies on your deck of your house or inside in your living room with grow lights. So you can grow this year-round no matter where you live. The bottom, the basin that holds the water and the earth minerals, is about 3 feet in diameter, and then it's just a tower that goes up. The water pumps up and trickles down over this root system. So you can grow any fruit or vegetable that isn't a root vegetable. So you can't grow beets and potatoes, but you can grow so much romaine lettuce, spinach, kale, tomatoes, peppers, all kinds of things. And I love that this is accessible for people to grow their own fruits and vegetables in their house, because it means that you can grow your fruits and vegetables till they're fully ripe, and you don't have to worry about those Health Canada warnings that come out about the hazards of your lettuce. You can grow your safe lettuce in your home and it'll be fully nutritious. So you'll see a lot of these popping up at community centers and schools, and they're even in airports now and restaurants, but it's so easy to have it in your own home, and it will save you money on groceries. So that's another really cool thing. That's actually it. That's all the products that we have with this company, and it's very small because we only have one simple mission, and that's to help more families get more plant-based nutrition into them. And the few things that we do, we do them really well. I just realized I said do, and I don't know if anyone else laughs at that when it comes out of their mouth. So part of what we do on these calls is not to share what these products are, but we want to share why we share them. And so I'm just going to give you a quick brief story of why I decided to share these products. 4 years ago, I was working still as an emergency room nurse. I was up in the Yukon where it was winter, and I didn't realize how sick I was feeling until I started on these products. I started them simply because I wanted better dental health, and I read the tooth study that explained how it would help the health of my gums and my teeth. And I just had a root canal in Europe with no freezing, so the health was scared into me. I find a lot of us make changes when we've had some sort of pain in our lives, and that was definitely mine. So I started to finally learn that my nutrition could change the picture of my health. Within that first week, I started to feel this different sense of energy that I don't remember feeling since I was a child. And I started exercising and running at the gym, and to be able to run without this crushing chest pain was just life-changing for me, because I always thought that I was just out of shape, and if I kept at it, like that kind of pain and heaviness would stop. But I didn't realize I had so much inflammation in my body that it probably wasn't safe for me to exercise. And I'd actually failed a cardiac stress test when I was 20, By the time I started Juice Plus, I was prescribed 9 pills a day for my heart and my stomach and needed inhalers for asthma. So now 4 years later, I'm kind of the picture of health. Even though I get like little colds from time to time, I work in the emergency room where the sickest of the sick people come in, and I can recover from that cold in 3 days, which is amazing. I've been on all my medication now for 4 years since I started. Within a few months, I started feeling healthy enough to teeter myself off of them. I haven't had another ulcer in my stomach. I haven't had the trouble with my heart anymore. I've been able to run without inhalers, and in fact, actually ran a half marathon after my car accident without having to stop the whole time, which was amazing. So I just know that I used to be the person that was in the hospital and at the doctor's office all the time for little and big things, and now I'm rarely ever there. So the tickle in my throat. That always happens when I speak on calls because I get nervous. But I just want to go ahead and unmute Cindy and get her to share her story with you.
Hey guys, I'm just gonna keep my video off if that's okay. I'm like, just got done a workout class. Can you hear me okay? Okay, you know what? I'll try and put my video on because who cares? But I'm in my dark bedroom. You can't see me. Okay, so my name's Cindy. Thanks Nadine and Kim for asking me to share a little bit. So for me, about 4.5 years ago, I was working as a personal trainer actually. So I loved working out, but behind closed doors, I was like seriously struggling with my nutrition, which is really hard when kind of people expect you to be the expert. And for me, that was showing up as issues in my skin, like bumps on my upper arm and acne. I had digestive issues, like carrying around Gas X pills in my purse all the time. And I definitely struggled with sickness, like big sickness once a month, where I would get throat pain so bad it would like hurt to swallow, and I'd live off neocitrin, and the chloroseptic spray stuff. So I really just thought this was all normal. It's what everyone goes through. It's fine. And I'd actually heard about this Juice Plus stuff years ago and honestly totally ignored it. I just thought it was another one of those things, a supplement, and I don't do supplements. I don't trust what's in them. I don't trust what they do to my health long term. So I just said no. And then it wasn't until when I finally learned and heard kind of like this information and what it was that it just clicked for me. I was like, oh, it's food. It's like juicing, but way better and actually way more benefits. So it clicked for me. Plus timing was right because we were wanting to get pregnant. I had just, and wanting to get pregnant, we were kind of struggling a little bit. It had been a while, and I just wanted to give myself the best nutrition I could to give ourselves that best health. And a couple of weeks after starting, we actually got pregnant, and it's been so great over my past 2 pregnancies now. I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old now, who are honestly 2 of the least sick kids I know. It is very rare that they get sick, which is so nice. And if they do, they are able to recover pretty good, which I'm really grateful for, because I had no idea sometimes how hard it is to get kids to eat healthy, or they might some days, but then some days they won't want to eat anything. So it's really frustrating. So I love this as like my little mom hack, I guess. And then over the course of the years, I mean, it's just so cool to see like those skin issues clear up. And I haven't had to use Gas X anymore. I just don't have those digestive issues and the sickness too. It's like I don't get sick like that anymore. So it's just been so cool to see those changes that just putting bonus nutrition into your health can do. So I'm super grateful for it. Thanks, Kim.
Letting me know that I was muted. I'm going to unmute Nadine, and she's going to share with you why she's so excited to get started on these products.
Hey, hi, everyone. So I've known Kim for years, but I've only been following her on social media for about a year now. And just watching her speak made me wish that all my friends and family could hear what she has to say. I've seen her impact others' lives, and I want that for all of you. And there's no pressure to order anything from this event, so please don't worry about that. We just want to positively impact you in any way, and your best interest is what's on our mind. I personally felt terrified about coming out of my shell and trying something new. But then I realized if I'm staying the same, then I'm not growing anymore, and that's just boring. Plus, if I'm being honest with myself and you guys, I'm looking forward to some change in my life. And I'm not sure what that's going to look like in a year from now, but I know as long as I keep challenging myself, amazing things are going to happen. I love being a light on social media, brightening your day with pictures and stories of my girls. And I want to keep spreading love and kindness everywhere because that's the kind of world that I want to live in. So thank you all for coming here and having a listen.
You're so sweet. And I just know from my own experience watching your social media that you're creating a positive change in the world. And I'm so excited for all the changes you're going to make. It really warms my heart, like how big your heart is. The research really does support all the stuff we mentioned, like my heart health and the immune system and all those different things. And so that's why a lot of us have started to align with this company as a wellness opportunity. And we share the business opportunity with people just in case maybe you or somebody you know are looking for this kind of part-time opportunity that you could do from home or even traveling. And we really want to hear your feedback on this portion of it as well. So just a little information on who this company is Juice Plus, and they've been around for almost 50 years. It costs only $50 a year to own your own franchise, and there's no monthly minimums. And that was huge for me to realize that I could have this opportunity for $50 once a year and never have to worry about losing it because I didn't make the monthly minimums, and never feel any pressure with it. The other thing that really caught my eye was it's $50, and you can have businesses all over the world, like franchises and customers under you, with no extra cost. And just as a nurse, I paid so much money for my tuition, and then every province that I licensed in to go help cost me about $1,000. So to pay this one-time $50 fee is just an incredible opportunity. They do all the work for me. They ship the products, they bill the customers, and they pay all the team members. I don't have to worry about any of that. And so if this was a company where I had to carry my own inventory, I could never do it. I actually don't have a home address and I travel full time. And so if I had to have a company where I had to ship products out to customers, I just couldn't do it. And I don't think anybody else wants a garage full of products. So you never have to invest in anything extra in order to get this business started for you. You can simply share it, and it's so easy. The other thing is that it's a debt-free company that's privately held. And then the other really neat thing is that at the top of the company, which isn't that far away, the person that signed me up, Cindy, who's my college roommate, the person that signed her up, and the person that signed her up, they're all at the top level of the company, which is NMD. So it's something I never thought would have been possible in network marketing, but is actually really realistic. You get full medical benefits. And just knowing that you could have full medical benefits as if you had a corporate job gives a lot of families peace of mind. And then there's also a Christmas bonus, and that's not just for the top level of the company, that's scattered throughout different positions, and as you work your way up that you'll get a Christmas bonus, and I got one this year and that meant a lot to me. So then I just want to take a moment to have Cindy chime in with why she chose to align with this company and her experience so far.
Hey guys, I'm just trying to make it so I can show my video. Okay, I thought I'd have a bit more time, so I was trying to get my pretty selfie video light up, but we'll just go with sweaty real me because that's kind of who we are. If you guys haven't figured it out, we're kind of just real people. So thank you guys for bearing with that. And I'm out of breath from running to try and get my light up. But for me, again, like I said, about 4.5 years ago when I started, I was working as a personal trainer, as I said, and I was actually I'm like, now I'm wondering if I have food in my teeth. I was actually self-employed. So I was working these crazy hours and actually contracting for 3 different locations. which was a lot of work. And I was kind of getting burnt out and honestly getting to this place of not really loving what I was doing anymore, which isn't fair to me. It's not fair to my clients. And I used to be the girl who would read anatomy textbooks for fun, you know, but I've just learned passions can have seasons, and that's okay. It's okay to change your mind on what you love. So at the same time as all that was going on, my husband was working out of town 60% of the year, which we hated. I was like sleeping with a shirt that smelled like him more than I was sleeping with him, you know, just to feel close to him. And we just like hated it, especially because I was pregnant. We did not want that when we were about to have a family. It just wasn't in our plan. So we knew we needed to find a way to get him home, but I didn't have any maternity leave. So I would be making $0. So I was actually spending thousands of dollars trying to find or create some kind of online wellness business. And then I found this, and it just was like, wow, this is way better. It's like, do this, you get this. Plus there's so much support. There's so many awesome people that I've just met before because of this. Like if that's all I got, that would be a win, to be honest. But I really found a reason that I needed this. Like it was a need for me. For some people it's fun, for some people it's extra cash, but I literally did need an income to be able to bring my husband home so that he could accept a lower paying job. And we were able to do that just before my first daughter was born, which was awesome. It's been like, I don't want to sound cheesy, but seriously life-changing. It was big for us. So that was hugely important. And I actually made the choice to be a work from home mom now. So I no longer work at the gym. The workout class I was at was just for fun, something I just go to for me, and I don't have to worry about teaching it. And I love that. So I no longer work at the gym, but yet I'm able to I've replaced my full-time income. I have those medical benefits, like Kim said. That's so empowering as, you know, a stay-at-home mom, to be able to give that to my family and give that to myself, you know, go for massages and things like that kind of self-care stuff, and honestly put my girls in daycare on days I want to. You know, it's totally different when you have to put your kid in daycare if you don't want to, but you're feeling forced to. Whereas when I put them in, it's because I want to, and then I get to hang out with them when I want to, which is how we wanted, our life to look as a family, basically. And just like I mentioned, the people I've met in this business, the adventures I've had, I've gone to endless places to count. Like, I'm not like Kim, I wasn't a big traveler, but now I get to go on these adventures. We're going to Banff in a few weeks for the weekend to stay at the Rimrock for a big Juice Plus event. And then we're going to California. So I'm going to see Kim there in California. It's just like a really cool, fun opportunity to live a life that's a little out of the ordinary, but in an awesome way. So thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, no problem.
I always have to remember to unmute myself. So I started this business shortly after Cindy did, because she's the one that shared it with me. So it was about 4 years ago, and I wasn't looking for business at all. I just really love the products, and I wanted a discount on my own product. I just did the math. You pay the $50 once a year, and then I calculated how much I'd get back on my own product, even if I didn't share it with anyone, and that was just a discount for me, so I was happy with that. But then working as a nurse, I was seeing how much people were suffering and how much they wanted to make changes, but they were just struggling to know where to get started, or they thought changes were hard. And I just saw this as an amazing opportunity to give that to other people, and then I couldn't stop sharing it because I knew it would make a difference. And then in doing that, it just started to grow, and I got to reconnect with friends from high school like Mel and Jasmine and Megan, and it brought me home to Saskatchewan, and that really deepened my connections there. But like Cindy said, I'm a traveler. I've been to 36 countries so far. And what was happening while I was traveling around the world was I would make money travel nursing in Canada, and then I'd go away traveling somewhere like Bali or Thailand or Europe. And while I was traveling there, I wasn't making any money. So I'd come back home broke. The other thing that was happening was I was increasingly isolated and lonely while I was traveling, because all my friends thought that I was having this really cool life and I was growing as a person. And it was starting to feel like I wasn't as relatable to the people as when I left. So then when I started this business, what I didn't realize was what kind of community it carried. And I showed up to my very first event with such extreme social anxiety that Cindy asked me to come to it, and the people there were great. But I had that same familiar feeling that I had when I used to like hide in the bathroom in high school at lunch hour because I was too scared to talk to anyone. And I just pulled an Irish exit where you just leave and you don't tell anyone. And then it was after that that Cindy and Michelle, our other friend in the business, asked me where I was and if I was okay. And all of a sudden I realized that these people weren't just trying to get me to do something for their business, but they genuinely cared about me. And then before I knew it, I had this network of people that genuinely cared about me no matter where I went. And so as I was traveling, I was getting to meet up with all kinds of people that were in similar mindsets as me. And then it deepened my relationships and my connections to the friends that I already had. Because we do a lot of different personal growth within this community, and that's helped me grow as a person. I'm just so grateful that my friends joined because now when I travel to go visit them, like one of my best friends lives in Tofino on the coast, and I just get to write that off on my taxes. Like Cindy said, we go down to we're going to Sacramento for a conference. So I make these really cool road trips all across America and hike in all the national parks. And I write every single dollar of that off on my taxes. Every year, the accountants have been A-okay with it. So my tax returns every year have been like $3,000 to $4,000 every single year because I just write so many things off through this business. And then it was the income where I thought that I didn't need it because I always thought that I'll just go travel nursing and make my money. But when my grandpa got sick a few years ago, I couldn't bear the thought of leaving him when he was really sick like I did my grandma when my grandma passed away. And I just realized how this business gives you choice because you don't get to take those moments back. And so when we're choosing our careers or working, I hope that you really get to choose them because you want to. And that's one of the biggest differences I've noticed in my friends. My one friend Shannon quit nursing and became a kayak guide, and she's so happy to have this residual income and this chance to have benefits. And my other friend Stacy quit her bank job, and she's working at a heli ski lodge in BC. And again, it's just my friends want to live this adventurous life and they want these opportunities. And then I have so many friends that have had beautiful babies like Mel and Jasmine and Nadine, and I just want them to have the chance to have the best quality of life with their families too. So there's so many reasons why this business just really pulls at my heartstrings, and I just think having choice to live your life your way is something that I hope this offers you, because you really need your health in order to do that. And then sometimes it comes down to money giving you that extra bit of freedom. And if you can make a little bit of extra money by making a difference in people's lives, I don't know what better way there is to make money. So I just want to wrap it up by saying you don't have to go out and bother a bunch of your friends and family. It just naturally happens when you share with people. Like, let's say you see somebody with a cold and you offer them just a story of how your immune system's improved. Or we do these calls every Wednesday where we share our stories. You could just invite people to those calls to listen in, no pressure, because we never pressure anyone to order any of these products. We share them because they made a difference. And if they're for you, then we're really happy that they did. And if it's not for you, then we're totally okay with that too. We hope that some of the information on nutrition might make an impact as well. So that's why I just want to round up. You never know whose life you're going to touch by sharing this. And so we share it with an open heart. I am so grateful that you guys came on to support Nadine. She is one of the sweetest people I know, and I know she just wants to make a difference in this world by spreading so much love and kindness. So if she invited you to this call, she did it with her whole heart because she cares about you. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, and then you guys can ask any questions you want.